Welcome to the headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers arrive at San Juan City to distribute rice vouchers to those in need. Psychologists of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan hold a workshop to help members of the public gain a better understanding of depression. And we meet second-hand clothes collector Luo Funeng to see where these clothes go to after being deposited to the clothing collection bins. Tzu Chi volunteers recently traveled to the city of San Juan in the Philippines to hand out rice to needy families. Prior to the distribution, volunteers arrived for a visit 8 days earlier to see which families needed Tzu Chi's help the most and give them a voucher to exchange for rice. For both those that received aid and those that gave it, it was a time of blessings for all.
Tzu Chi volunteers go door to door here in the ghetto of San Juan to deliver rice vouchers to families in need. One care recipient family of 7 lives in surroundings so cramped that the family has to sleep on the street at night.
We can only buy half a kilo of rice, which is enough to feed 7 people for a day. Sometimes we only eat 1 meal a day.
Ulam lang, mga kalahating kilong ulam lang din. Nagkakasya na lang namin. Kung ano abutin.
Another care recipient has made this old van her home for the past 4 years. She lives off the rice she finds on the ground doing her part-time job at a granary.
I collect the rice that is dropped. I'm so thankful for that rice because after washing it, I can cook it. Sometimes it's enough for an entire meal.
Pag nakauwi ako ng mga 1 kilo, 2 kilo, pagdating ko rito, tinatahip ko, tsaka yung anak ko, pinipilian niya parati.
Care recipient Manolita Montapa's son suffers from meningiomas, which has left him blind and deaf. The entire family now depends on the income of Manolita's husband brings home from driving a public bus.
In the past, we relied on the income brought home by our son before he fell ill. Now we have to find other ways to make ends meet.
Amid such suffering, volunteers bring love and assistance, and also realize how blessed they are to be able to help others.
In Indonesia, former scholarship recipient Akmal Adiansyah lives with his 5 siblings. With the family struggling to get by, the chance of him receiving a higher education seemed almost impossible. However, Tzu Chi scholarship aid opened a window of opportunity for this family. Now financially independent, he has decided to discontinue Tzu Chi's aid and help his sibling get through school.
Alhamdulillah sih bersyukur gitu bisa dibantu oleh Tzu Chi untuk biaya kuliahnya gitu. Ya dengan itu sih ingin ngebantu kehidupan keluarga sih gitu biar lebih baik lagi.
24-year-old Ahmed Adiansyah is currently an employee of a well-known company, and this accomplishment is something he has always dreamed of. During his childhood days, his mother single-handedly raised 6 children while taking care of their sick father. Living off a meager income, the dream of continuing his studies seemed impossible at the time.
Even if it meant I had to be in debt, I would still want my children to receive an education. I would borrow money to buy their uniforms if I had to.
An opportunity presented itself when Adiansyah's mother heard of Tzu Chi's scholarship program, and with Tzu Chi's help, her 3 children were able to complete their studies.
I'm so glad to have met Tzu Chi because at the time we didn't know where we were going to get our school tuition from. With Tzu Chi scholarship support, I was able to complete my studies.
Changing the lives of others through education, Adiansyah also works as a teaching assistant to subsidize his family's expenses.
With the help of Tzu Chi, we all found jobs, and now we can stand on our own 2 feet.
With perseverance and Tzu Chi's help, Adiansyah has come to a turning point in his life filled with positive new beginnings.
In 2008, Cyclone Nargis torn through Myanmar and left the country severely damaged with massive death. Tzu Chi's post-disaster relief moved and inspired many local residents, and in particular 3 Huang sisters. The eldest sister, Huang Chiuping, was the first to join as kitchen volunteer. Then it was the middle sister, followed by the youngest sibling. Now the 3 sisters can always be seen at local Tzu Chi events, helping out and giving selflessly.
In order to welcome Taiwan and Malaysia Tzu Chi family members to Myanmar, the three Huang sisters volunteered to make dinner for them by starting the preparation in the afternoon. The Huang sisters divided the tasks, where the middle sister makes soup, the eldest sister prepares fruit, and the youngest helps out wherever help is needed. Very quickly, the dishes are served. It was the eldest sister, Huang Qiuping, who first came into contact with Tzu Chi. She said Tzu Chi's post-cyclone Nargis relief efforts shocked and inspired her.
In Tzu Chi, there is a lot of learning to be done, so they also joined too.
The youngest sister's temper has changed for the better since she signed up.
To forgive others is, in fact, being kind to ourselves.
A sympathetic heart brought us together. When the sisters have extra time, they will come help out. In the beginning, the language barrier set the Huang sisters back, but their spirit to help others never wavered. Now the three sisters are always present at local Tzu Chi events, large or small, giving selflessly of their time and reaping the spiritual rewards.
In our last report on fireflies in Taiwan, we visited the Chongde Elementary School in New Taipei City and saw how their firefly recovery project worked. Today we meet Tzu Chi volunteer Liao who is also a devoted firefly conservationist. 20 years ago, Liao made a promise to his daughter to start a firefly restoration project, which later won national recognition. Following his retirement, Liao went back to his hometown in Pingdong Xingping Township, where he converted a wax apple orchard into a firefly conservation farm.
In Japan, a folk tale says fireflies are fairies. When they rest on you, you can make a wish. As they fly away, your wish will come true.
你的愿望会实现。后面那个是要夏天的萤火虫。开始飞了，开始飞了哈。好，它发光了。
This is Lai Inzhou, a firefly conservationist who wants people to see the creature even during the day. Following his retirement from New Taipei City's Chongde Elementary School, Lai set up a firefly conservation farm, 6,600 square meters in size, in Pingdong Xingpi Township. His motivation is quite simple.
萤火虫的栖地一直被破坏。
The firefly habitats were destroyed by humans. Many people have to go to the mountains to see fireflies. However, the aquatic Luciola ficta used to live on flat lands, so I tried to recreate their old
让人家
habitat.
可以去看到。
20 years ago, because of a promise to his daughter, Lai started a firefly research project with his students, which won first place at the National Science Fair. Since then, Lai has been tied to these fascinating insects.
那我现在我要让这个卵，我要让它孵化。养一只虫的话，
It requires at least 6 months to breed a firefly. Over this period of time, I check on their growth every day. These insects look happy. Seeing that they are happy, I'm happy too.
那虫快乐的话，我也跟着快乐。
From research to captive breeding to providing guided tours, Lai faced many difficulties over the years, such as finding suitable food for the firefly larvae and controlling water quality on the farm. However, he overcame them one by one.
当你越对它了
As you get
解
to know the species, you begin to realize how unsubstantial we humans are. You realize how marvelous nature is.
有很多东西，那个奥妙实在是太多了。
Thanks to Liao, people nowadays have a chance to learn more about these glowing insects, and the firefly population is able to live in a heaven free of worries.
At the end of May, Xiamen Tzu Chi care recipient Yang Xiaodong from China underwent a hip joint surgery at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan. Thanks to the help of medical staff at the hospital and his own determination, Yang has started to learn how to walk once again. Sitting at the edge of the bed doing rehabilitation is Yang Xiaodong. Since he underwent hip joint surgery, he has been doing exercise every day and now can even stand with the help of a walker. With the support of a walking aid, Yang Xiaodong has not only learned to stand but is slowly learning to walk again. His determination has helped him recover faster than expected.
He is very cooperative. Sometimes he will push himself, and I will ask him if he's okay with it. I told him if he can't handle the pain, we will take it slower. Sometimes he won't want to stop, but he knows his limit and he will slow down if needed.
Learning how to stand and walk again is the first lesson given to Yang by the doctors at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital. However, the road to recovery is still long.
His legs were twisted 180 degrees. We will help him step by step. The hip joint surgery was only the first step. I hope that this surgery leads to a 40 to 60 degree improvement.
Although the road to recovery for Yang Xiaodong is still very long, Tzu Chi volunteers promise to stay by his side to help him overcome any obstacle he might face in the future. In Taiwan, psychologists of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital held a spiritual workshop to help members of the public gain a better understanding of depression. Doctors also seized the opportunity to share tips on how to combat the mood disorder, as they hope to help patients face their sickness with bravery.
Approximately 20% of the population may be affected by depression.
Nowadays, symptoms of depression may start to appear if a person is constantly stressed out and with no outlet to release the pressure. Through holding a seminar, psychologists of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital hope to share information and give advice to members of the public on how to combat depression.
Before, I would avoid the issue and wouldn't admit that I have problems. Luckily, I have this place to turn to and help me through the dark times.
There are so many different ways to help ourselves when we feel trapped. Through this seminar, the general public can understand that it is okay to see a psychologist.
I was very touched when I heard the song. When I encountered such a setback, I forgot to go home. So after hearing the song, I feel at home.
Thanks to this seminar, members of the public gain a better understanding of depression and are ready to face their problems with courage. In Taiwan, one might notice large green metal bins standing on the street corners of residential areas. They are used as clothing collection bins. People can put clothes they don't wear but are still in relatively good condition inside a bag first, then deposit the bag in the bin. We now tell you what happens to the clothes after you put them in the bin through the inspirational story of Luo Funeng. And remember, do not put anything else besides clothes inside the bin.
This is just 3 days. Some get full in a day.
Experienced Luo Funeng swiftly gathers bags of clothes from a used clothing collection bin and loads them onto his truck. From the speed at which Luo works, one might not realize each bag of clothing weighs several kilograms.
At first, I didn't dare go out during the day, but only at night. I felt embarrassed and was afraid that I would be ridiculed. Then I thought, what the heck? I'm not stealing or robbing anybody.
At 40 years old, a workplace accident completely turned Luo's life around.
I wasn't born handicapped. My right arm was crushed by a machine. I was trying to grab some debris that had washed down when the plate came down. It was a bloody mess. The forearm was completely severed, leaving only the skin attached. Nothing I could do. I thought my life was over.
At first, he refused to step outside. Luo was lost, but slowly realized that as long as he does not give up, nothing can stand in his way. However, the accident meant that he had to relearn everything and start a new career from square one.
In the end, it was thanks to my wife's encouragement. She said that I got injured not because of stealing or robbing, but because of my job, so don't worry. Because of that, I stepped outside.
Our children were small, so we couldn't afford to have no income. He then started to open himself up and think of our children. Slowly, he came out of hiding.
I've been doing this for over a decade. Though I first signed up to take on odd jobs assigned by the government, this is my full-time job. That job I'm just doing part-time.
Now, Luo Funeng can take on his work with a positive attitude.
Once an old man who scavenges for a living saw me open a bin and asked me for something to wear. I said, sure, why not? If you can find something that fits, then please take it. If others don't donate to us, we then have nothing to give away.
In a day, Luo can collect some 1,000 kilograms worth of clothing. As he makes his stops to gather love left by compassionate people, he also cleanses the ill will of pranksters.
Sometimes the bins are full of comforters and pillows. Here, look at this. This is a piece of wood. I gotta collect it. I can't just discard it. Leaving it outside the bin will make it look filthy and ugly. As a collector, we need to make sure the bins and their surroundings are clean.
Luo has high expectations for his work. Though he is not tall and has only one arm, he is strong both physically and mentally.
Sometimes my wife would say, why don't you use both of your hands? I will reply, come now, you know I have only one left. She then replies that she didn't even notice. She couldn't tell. She is used to me like this.
After the clothes are delivered to a factory, they will be sorted, cleaned, and processed, so they may be given a new lease on life.
I thought instead of people giving me handout, I might as well be the one who does the giving. It is because of that belief that I have dedicated myself for over a decade.
Coming around, Luo Funeng managed to raise 4 children by being paid 1 kilogram at a time for the clothing he collected. Once a person who needed others' aid, Luo is now on the giving end. His life is full of possibilities because he chose not to give up.
In Malaysia, we meet Malacca recycling volunteer Huang Jingying, who for the past 5 years has traveled door to door collecting recyclables in her neighborhood. Her commitment not only moved her neighbors, but also inspired her 85-year-old mother to join her in practicing recycling.
Realizing the importance of environmental protection, since 2008, Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Jingying has done her part, gathering recyclables in her community on her pedicab, a gift from a local store owner.
Her bicycle couldn't carry much. She needed a bigger one, so I decided to give her one.
With these love on wheels, Huang cycles around her neighborhood every morning and evening collecting recyclables, whether they are discarded on the side of the road, in the bushes or placed outside homes. Her commitment soon moved others. What I admire about her most is her commitment. She collects recyclables whether they are under the sun or lying in a garbage can.
I would feel strange if I didn't do it. It has become my daily routine, so I'm used to it now.
In these 5 years, practicing recycling has become a part of Huang's life. This way of life also inspired her 85-year-old mother to join her. Seeing my daughter's commitment made me happy, so I told her I also want to join her.
I feel that I can still contribute and help others. I want to live a meaningful life and not let it go to waste.
As this mother-daughter pair continues to protect our Mother Earth, their lives have become more colorful as a result.
101 volunteers from China's east coast and northern regions arrived in Taiwan to visit the birthplace of Tzu Chi. On the last day of their 7-day trip, the volunteers arrived at Jingsi Abode in Hualien to meet with Master Zhen Yan. The master not only expressed her gratitude to the volunteers for their years of dedication, but also encouraged them to spread Tzu Chi's great love far and wide when they return home. Today, Tzu Chi volunteers from China's east coast and northern regions arrived in Taiwan to visit the birthplace of Tzu Chi. Prior to their arrival in Hualien, 101 volunteers visited the Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital to better understand why Master Zhen Yan insisted on building hospitals on the east coast of Taiwan.
After meeting Tzu Chi, I realized that there are so many things we can do in this world. Tzu Chi gave me strength and courage. I think by joining Tzu Chi, I am fulfilling my dreams, and I think nothing will go wrong as long as I am doing good deeds.
After their arrival at the Jingsi Abode in Hualien, volunteers not only shared their experiences of the trip, but also vowed to support each other and spread the great love far and wide in China.
I saw many interlocking bricks used in the surrounding buildings. I think these bricks are a symbol of us gathering our strengths together. This will help us firmly walk on the Tzu Chi path because we all share the same beliefs.
Seeing the volunteers' determination to help those in need, Master Zhen Yan encourages them to spread Tzu Chi's seeds of love further when they return home.
就如一粒一粒的种子撒播在慈济宗门如大地里，再加上呢净湿的华水呢，再滋润一下，那很快就可以萌芽。那一粒一粒的种子萌芽，这是小树就成为大树了。
After receiving a set of Buddhist prayer beads from Master Zhen Yan, the volunteers vowed to follow in Master Zhen Yan's footsteps and spread Tzu Chi far and wide when they return home. We meet visually impaired artist Kang Zhi-an at the end of the show. Despite of his sickness, Kang uses polymer clay to make art pieces and sells them at various charity fairs to make ends meet. He said as long as he can see, he wants to use his own ability to earn money. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching Dai Headlines. Goodbye.